whoever's been in charge, the current Conservative government, have knocked 20,000 civilians, 22,000 police officers off the books, and another 20-odd thousand civilian staff. And the issue with the ones that have gone is they are all experienced, well-trained. And although Boris Johnson implemented his scheme to bring in 20,000 new people, they're up to about 13,000 of those. And unfortunately, none of them have any experience. The attrition rate at those is somewhere between 20% and 30% in some forces and as low as 10% in others. What I'm saying is that the damage done is huge to policing in terms of just physical numbers. And of course, that's not the answer. We've closed nearly half the police stations in the country. There's been no proper investment in modern IT. Most of the major training facilities have been closed forever. So you see the police go from one blunder to another due to lack of expertise. And of course, the other concern is that half the magistrates' courts in the country have been closed. There's a large cut being made to the crime and prosecution service, cuts to the prison staff. So criminal justice on the surface looks bad, but then when you understand that nearly 90% of the probation service were also cut, there have been cuts in drug rehabilitation and rehabilitation processes.
Right.
Whichever Prime Minister comes in, they need to do a big step to reverse all this with a police service that is massively demoralised, has suffered in real terms about a 15% cut in their spending power, notwithstanding what's going on. My whole family, 9 of us have been in the Met Police. The morale has never been lower, and people are looking for an outer if they've got a bit of experience. It's a disaster. Actually.
So is this a problem then of retention rather than recruitment, that people are leaving the service and you can't get that experience back in quickly?
It's a problem, first of all, of having lost all that experience. It's then a problem of the fact that most of the training establishments have gone. For example, all the regional detective training establishments at Hendon, Birmingham, Wakefield, Liverpool and Bristol have all been closed or are a shadow of their former self. Training for inspectors, sergeants, chief inspectors, superintendents, chief officers has been slashed. Bramshill Police Staff College, the British equivalent of Quantico, and once the envy of the world, has been closed. The police service has been hollowed out. Policing isn't just about having people walking around in uniforms, nice as they are. It's much more complex than that. And we are now probably going to take, if there was huge reinvestment, 10 to 15 years to rebuild the police service to where it once was, as well as a collapse in the numbers of magistrates' courts. I mean, cases are taking 2 and 3 years to go to the Crown Court.
Yeah. Well, Kevin,
Criminal justice is a disaster.